Hey everybody, going to do a quick tutorial on how to do EarlyQ and second Try Zell for Final Fantasy 8 in a speedrun setting obviously. This is mainly aimed at people doing EzCM route that I made, whereby you don't have to count RNG, so it makes it pretty straightforward. In the grand scheme of things, you lose maybe up to a minute max. I think EarlyQ versus LateQ saves like 20 seconds. Second Try Zell loses like 40 seconds. So it's like a minute. It's not something I'd really worry about until you're like sub 8 on PC. I'm not sure what the equivalent would be on PSX. But for most runners, this is not where you're going to lose most of your time. You'll lose it more in movement and mashing. So this is just a fine tactic to use up until you're very confident with the game. First thing you need to do is obviously download utilities, which we're going to use, which is made by Keto. PingVal figured out the manipulations and stuff, but they're all credited in the software. So I've got a FF8 in speedrun.com. You probably are familiar with this leaderboard already. If you're interested in the running, you can go to the guides, resources, etc. But resources is what we want. Head on down here to this tool, FF8 utilities made by Keto. Click this, brings you to Keto's GitHub. And the zip file here is what you want. It's about 8 megabytes, nothing huge. Click it, download it. Wherever this goes to in your downloads folder, put it where you want it, unzip the folder. And inside there's an executable file that will run. And if we move over to the next screen, you shall see on the left hand side of what it should look like. So this page here is what you will be presented with. The very first thing you need to do, and please do this, is to go to settings up the top. So it's up here in the top bar, and change this to your desired platform. 90% of you using the EzCM route will use PC. Put it there, click save, forget about it. Just make sure you do that because it won't work. Once that's done, you're ready to go. Start your run, start your game, start your timer, new game, off you go. So this is a save I have here in the hallway. Leave the infirmary, do your thing, say no to Selfie on the tour, and this guy in the hallway, we need to get the cards off him. Mash until he gives you the cards. Straightforward, into the elevator, make our way down the elevator, down the hall, to the main lobby, and use the guide box here in the center to go to the cafeteria. You can interact with the guide box and hold right and X, like this, and it will bring you automatically there. Inside here, a small bit of text. If you watch for Fujin to say ignore, Cypher will say ... and that is the final text box. So ignore, and then close this text box. Boom. If you accidentally mash, you will get another extra dialogue. It loses you some time. Don't worry too much. So these are the two guys over here we're looking for. These are our two boyos. This guy in the back, he's the guy we want to talk to. So once you get to this point, so you press square to challenge them to cards, click the guy in the back, and you should be presented with this box, this text box. From this moment, we are going to mash as fast as we can to try and get a winnable frame within the first 10 frames. If you look at utilities, let me just make sure that you can see what I'm seeing. If you look at utilities here, frame 1 all up to 10, there are 3 of them that are unwinnable, but the first 4 are winnable. So the best bet you have is to mash for the first 4 frames. So I'm going to press X here to confirm and mash like this. Perfect. And if all went well, and I select the correct cards, which is Gizzard, Fungar, Gaia, Fascination, Caterpillar, I remember that as 2-1-2. Whatever works for you, just do that. And here we go. So then you return to utilities, and you need to look at the 2 cards which are under Quistis. So first, if Quistis appears, that's great. If they need to pick the cards under it. In this situation, it's Malboro and Anaconda. They were the 2 cards that were under the Quistis card. Malboro was just under Quistis, and Anaconda was next. If you click the small little button with the 1, 2, 3 on the right hand side, it will tell you what to play, which makes it very, very straightforward. So we click Fungar, which is the mushroom dude, center right. And we can click Gaia to the bottom right. The fish that I cannot pronounce to the bottom center. Gizzard, lizard dude, top middle. Perfect. You win. Great stuff. So This exact situation works for all of these winnable card frames. If you don't get a winnable one, you either start your run again. If you had saved in the hallway, which is what the EzCM notes recommend if you're doing a safety no reset route, you have to win or lose the game, and then you can reset. You can use Control and R on PC to soft reset. Load up your save again, come here again, try again. Easy as that. Once you get a winnable frame, so in this case we got Marlboro, make sure you leave this selected. It has to be selected so that later when we're doing the second Try Zell, it knows where to look. It uses this to influence what happens later. So that's perfect. Off you go. Leave here, go to Ifrit, do your thing, go to Dollet, come back. You end up in the harbour here after escaping Dollet. Cypher drives off in the car. Perfect. So we're going to tear up here, and I'm just going to show one little thing. It's mentioned in the EzCM notes that you can, in fact, save upstairs here. There's a save point just up here. Ta-da! Here. If you're not confident with this, I recommend saving there. It'll save you some hardship of resetting your entire run an hour in. Once you've decided what you want to do, head up here. This first door on the right is Zell's house. Head in here. Mash through the dialogue. Ta-da. And you have to wiggle a little, so hold right and up a small bit into the right door and come back out again. You can do this instantly, you don't have to wait. And then head over and here. Try avoid the steps here because there's a dialogue with Zell. So head up here and press square to challenge the mother to cards. Okay, let's explain what goes on here. So we have the first, this is the start of the second section of this tutorial, which is the second Try Zell part. If you click submit, so you need to have the correct frame submitted. I actually forgot that I need to load a different save because I actually don't know what it is. So 1 second. I have another save where I know the pattern that I had. So on this particular save file, I had frame 7. Let me just check my notes to make sure that's right. Second Try Zell save number 5 is frame 7, correct. So in this, when I did in this particular save file, I got frame 7 because I was trying to test some late frames. So we click submit and we'll be presented with the text in the little command window that you see on the bottom left of the screen. It says which RNG state is selected, which is dependent on what we said the Quistis pattern was. And underneath it says, please hit play with turbo button. We do not have turbo, so we're just going to mash. But it's okay because we can mash within the first 7 frames. We're going to do that. So press square to challenge the mother. And once we close this text box, we need to mash. So I'm going to mash now. There we go. Hopefully everything worked out. For this pattern, you need Gizzard, Skip 1, Red Bat Gaia, and the last 2, if for Quistis. These cards we require. Okay. Next section. So that step is done. This is, you have found a deck, hopefully, within the first 7 frames. So the next thing we need to do is input which deck this is to the program. So the program knows where we are in the RNG and how to find Zell from here. If you want an in-depth explanation of what's going on, you can press H in the script and press enter, and it actually gives you a whole help thing. We're not going to use that. I'm going to try keep it simple for you guys. What you need to do is, so to tell the program where Zell Card is, you're going to enter the mother's deck, the 5 cards in her hand, and it should find it. The first thing you need to do is tell the program who is playing first. And in this instance, we are playing first. So you put a plus. Boom. Plus there. If we were playing second, you put a minus. But we're playing first. Plus. We have initiative. After which, we enter the values of the mother's cards from top to bottom in an order of top, left, right, bottom. Or north, west, east, south if you want. So for the top card, in this instance, it's 6, 3, 2, 7. Very simple. I'm putting a space here. You don't need a space. It works perfectly fine without the space, but I'm just to make it clear so people can see what values I'm entering, I'm going to put a space. The Marlboro card is top 7, left 2, right 7, bottom is 4. So 7, 2, 7, 4. North, west, east, south. Next card. 1 7 6 4 space 7 4 4 4. Bottom card the creep 5 2 2 5. Press enter. If this worked, it will say deck, and it'll tell you what it is. It's a blue dragon, a Marlboro, a blitz, a Torma, and a creep. One deck found. Index 458. Perfect. If you look at what it says enter. If we press enter, it will start the rare card timer. So just do nothing here. Just leave this script here where it is, and we'll come back to it in a moment. What we need to do now is to win or draw this game. So this is the pattern we're going to use. So Zell is not played. This is all in the EzCM notes. So Zell is not played. We're going to play these cards. This should, hopefully, the quicker option is to draw the game. But if we win, it's okay. You just can't lose. If you lose, they'll take a for card and you have to reset. So in this instance, I'm going to put this here. And we're actually going to win, which is okay. Perfect, we win. I recommend here in this, if you want us to be like optimal about it, try pick a card you already have. We don't have one here, but so pick any card. Sorry. Take a card, it's all good. Perfect. Now we're on to the next section of this, which is very similar to if you were doing first Try Zell. Now the program knows where we are. It knows what the RNG is, which is 458. And you can test this, and you can test it as many times as you would like. So if you press enter, you will see a timer will start with a load of asterisks going from right to left. What we are going to do is start this timer at the same time we press X. And as you can see at the very start, it has a little delay. That delay is the loading time between when you say yes to the mother and when you press play on the cards. So look, there's a little delay. It's actually, I can't see exactly what it is, but there's a small delay before anything moves. That's all that is. That's why you need to have it set to PC. If you find that delay is like 2 seconds long, you're on PlayStation settings, so change that. And then what we're aiming to do, the end goal here is to press enter and X at the same time and stop the snake in the middle. That's all. You can practice it here a few times. Look, boom, snake in the middle. As many times as you want. It's a good idea anyway to check this because sometimes the snake can start like right here. And if it starts right here, what you do is you just insta-mash. You just mash. You don't even need to use the snake. You just mash. So, so once this is ready, so once it's in a stopped position, it's ready to go. Challenge the mother to cards once more and wait here. This is the part most people have an issue with. There are two things that can go wrong here. Number one, you don't have background input. So if you're playing in this game in full screen, unless you have this script on a separate device, there's no way you can press X and enter at the same time. If I have a controller tutorial, which I'll link in the description, which helps you get background input for this game. So what we need to do, like I said, press X and enter at the same time. The other problem people have is that when they click on this script, you can see my mouse here. Sometimes when they click on it, I can't even do it on my version of Windows, but some people seem to be able to drag across it. So the best thing you can do is click on the actual title at the top, or click on it, press enter again. Now it's ready. It's ready to start the snake. You're good to go. So I don't have the game selected. I have this little command window selected, and I will press X and enter together. So enter and X, boom, and I will stop the snake and press enter at the same time. Pick the same cards we did last time. So I'll select, make sure you focus on the game window now. Boom, boom, and your first Quistis, and there he is. There is Zell Card. It's that easy. Now I want to show you another trick. If you just want to practice this over and over, what you can do is enter the mother's values again. So we are going first. 8, 6, 5. Use a 0 for an A. 4, 2, 4, 5. Space. 7, 3, 6, 5. Space. 7, 4, 2, 7. 2, 4, 1, 4. Enter. So I didn't find it. It should find it. I maybe I entered it wrong. 1 second. 8, 6, 5, 0. 4 2 4 5 7 3 6 5 7 4 2 7 2 4 1 4. Okay, I found it. So here it is, index 175. So we can enter that into the program here. Let's leave it for a moment. These are the cards you need to use. This is in the notes as well. This is the patterns you need to play to win. Just follow it very carefully. Take your time if you're not sure of it. We are going first. We play the bat. Next you play the gizzard. Then you play Ifrit and Gaia. This will happen the same every time as long as you're going first. Perfect. Now, this is the part I mean about practicing. As long as you do not take Zell Card, the program knows where Zell Card is now. So you can take a Gaia. So the mother still has Zell Card. Challenge her again. And we'll do the exact same thing. So make sure your snake is ready. Test it once to see what's going on. And actually, interestingly enough, this is a good example. Because I tested it, and I can see that the snake, we call the line of asterisks a snake, is already at the start. It's already on the left-hand side. I don't need to use the snake. I can just mash. So I'm just going to ignore the snake and just mash. Perfect. Same cards as always. There's Zell Card. Perfect. Play the same cards we always play. And we win. Perfect. Take Zell. I have another save, so I'm going to demonstrate once more. Another example. Close this. Save number 4 is frame number 4. No, you can ignore this. This is just because of me cheating saves. Close this a second. And what do you guys need to see? Anything. So I need to put this to frame 4, which is the frame that we had in the original at the start. Here's the app. So I will challenge the mother. Ignore that she's in the wrong place. This is not the normal situation. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to mash to get the game. Pick the cards. Here we go. Into the program. We're going to into the values. We're going first. The mother's cards are 2, 7, 3, 6, 7, 2, 7, 4, 5, 3, 2, 5, 1, 5, 3, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4. You'll get quick at this if you do it quick enough. I think I got it wrong there. 4, 3, 2, 4. There you go. It has found the deck. We need to draw. Win or draw. Like I said before, you should take a card that you already have, just to keep your menus the same. Now the program knows where Zell is. It'll find it has a snake that will arrive here. Perfect. There we go. So put it in the ready mode as it is. Squares challenge the mother. With your mouse, click on the script. Make sure the script is focused where my mouse is. Make sure this is focused. And press X and enter together. Boom. And stop it when you see the snake in the middle. Very easy. Gizzard, red bat thing. And there he is. It's that easy. Perfect. I wanted to give one example of us not going first, actually. So when we go second, you need to look at these, which is in the... It's in the notes. Don't worry about learning it or anything. So we play Gizzard at the bottom right. Play Ifrit next. And here, you have an option. You need to decide what is the correct option to do. If you see in the middle pattern here, if you play second number 1, if the value of the card in the top center, so this card with the 1154, if this had a 1 on the right, so if you'd played the red bat or the fungar on the right, we would use that pattern. But they didn't, so we used the bat. So we put the bat up here. And then put Quistis in the middle, and that is game. Easy peasy. I hope this helps. You can always ask stuff in the FF8 Discord, or stop by my Twitch and just ask me. I'll try to help you out. It's hopefully it makes as much sense as possible. So hope that helps. Thanks everybody.